Hello, my name is Frank Christensen and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF in Europe. In today's training tape, we're looking at the momentum rule. So we'll have a look at some plays involving the goal line and the ball and when is it possessed and where are we in relation to the goal line in those situations. And we'll talk some mechanics too. But before we get to the game film, let's have a look to see what the rulebook and the MOFO have to say on this topic. In the rulebook, we go to Rule 851 Safety and look at the exception. It is not a safety if a player between his 5-yard line and his goal line A. intercepts a pass or fumble or recovers an opponent's fumble or backward pass or catches or recovers an opponent's kick and his original momentum carries him into his own end zone and the ball remains behind his goal line and is declared dead in his team's possession there. This includes a fumble that goes from the end zone into the field of play and out of bounds. And if conditions A through C are satisfied as above, the ball belongs to this player's team at the spot where he gained possession. In the MOFO, we go to 3-8-3. Change of possession close to the goal line. If an interception, kick, catch, or recovery is made inside the 1-yard line and immediately carried into the end zone, try to make the play a touchback rather than a momentum exception. And finally, we go to 6-1, axiom number 29. It is a touchback rather than a momentum exception. So those are the guidelines in the books. Now let's have a look at some game film. On this first play, we're going to have an interception, very, very close to the goal line. And, at first glance, and we'll see this probably better from the end zone view, it certainly looks like he has the ball in the field of play. But if we have any doubts, and we'll see this from the end zone view also, we want to go with touchback if we can. And here, he touches the ball. There it's loose again, so it's not a clean catch. There is a little bit of a bobble, and if that's the case, we have to be absolutely sure when he completely controls the ball, and before we make the decision whether to go momentum on the 1 or touchback on the 20. But let's have a better look on the end zone view. And as promised, from the end zone, we get a little bit better view of him bobbling the ball right there. So, he touches the ball clearly on the 3, on the 2-yard line. And then it appears he may have it here, but then he bobbles it a little bit again. And again, whether he gets the ball or where he gets the ball really doesn't matter for the educational value of this clip, because the philosophy is clear that when in doubt, we want to go touch back instead of momentum, especially when it's not a clean catch like this. So if we have any kind of doubt, we want to go touch back. And let's move on to the next play where we'll have a more clean catch to compare with. So here's another interception, but with a cleaner catch. But let's first have a look at it, and then we can see it from the end zone view. Now, a couple of things. It is an interception, but that signal from the deep wing, we really should, first of all, kill the clock like the back judge does here, and then, if you have it as a touchback, signal touchback, or if you don't, like the back judge does here, drop your beanbag on the 1 or the 2 or wherever you have that spot, so that you should have a little bit better control over your signals. But in terms of the catch, the goal line, the momentum, let's have a look at the end zone to get a better view. And here's the end zone shot, and we get a fairly good view of how he catches the ball. There's no movement. He catches it right there, clearly on the 2-yard line. There's no movement, no bobble. It's immediate control of the ball. And when that is the case, we do want to use the momentum rule. We don't want to give them 18, 20 yards for free. But here's a good example of a situation where there is this clear recovery or clear control clearly in the field of play, inside the 5-yard line. We've got good coverage, and this is when we want to use the momentum rule. On this last play, kickoff, obviously, we go back to our philosophy, and we say if we don't know for 100% sure, we're going to go with touchback. Here, whenever I try to freeze it at the first time of where he gets the ball, his right foot is on the goal line, which means that the ball is probably also at least slightly on the goal line, or in any case, we don't have a clear shot that the ball was caught in the field of play. And when we have doubts, we want to go touchback. Another thing on this one is I think the referee here is a little bit too fast to rule on this. In this situation here, where the referee can't really see if the ball is being bobbled or not, he can't see if there's an immediate control of the ball. So I would leave this call up to the wing who has a clear shot of the ball. I think the referee here is a little bit too quick to signal and get his beanbag out and make a decision, which makes it really tough for the wing to come in and overrule him. So if you don't know, if you can't see the ball, be a little bit more hesitant to make this call, and when in doubt, let's go with touchback. That was the training tape on momentum. I hope it made sense, and I hope you found something you can use on the field.